You know, if it's your opinion that beer is a better drug than pot, well, you're wrong, but, you know, I respect that. I mean, I don't actually respect it, but I let you have it, whatever. If it's your opinion that having children is the greatest thing a person can do, God bless you, many people would agree with you. But again, it's still only an opinion, and there shouldn't be a prejudice against single people, and there certainly is. In the workplace, single people know. When the family guy needs some time off, it's always, you know, go ahead, Bob. You got twins in the school play. What if I have twins in the jacuzzi? Huh? But we do it all the time. We legislate taste. We do it with the tax code. Churches and children get a tax break because it's assumed that we all agree that we want to encourage churches and children. I don't. I don't. That's my opinion. I don't want to encourage either churches or children, and it's a very bad idea to put them together. In fact, if I had to give one bit of advice to kids, I would say this. Kids, never have sex with a priest. No, I'm not kidding. Because when you have sex with a priest, you're not just having sex with that priest. You're having sex with every kid that priest had sex with for the last 10 years. And that could be a lot of kids, because they transfer them from diocese to diocese. You don't know where these kids have been. I'm just saying. When you send your kid to Mass, put a condom in his pocket. Put a condom. Children's safety, that's what it's all about. Come on. Nothing's more important than children's safety. Got you there. I'll tell you another way we legislate taste. Health matters. It was always my opinion that food, at least the food we eat in this country, was at least as bad for your health as smoking. And now the statistics pretty much back me up on that. But you know what? I took a lot of shit for that opinion. I used to get it from the Fat Acceptance Society. They said I was fattest. They issued a fatwa on me. They said I don't accept. Of course I accept everybody. I love people of girth. I just remember when I used to be a smoker, that there was just no end of the shit that you could give to smokers. You could sue them and shame them and punish them and overtax them and make them huddle in doorways like a hooker. Even evil MTV, once a day, just to show it's not all about the bling bling, would have some public service announcement with some earnest 18-year-old kid standing in front of a tobacco company building going, "They lied to us, man!" And America would applaud. You know, America loves to applaud bullshit. They lied to us. Of course they lied to you, fool. They're drug pushers. Tobacco companies are drug pushers. That's the given. Of course they're going to lie. The bigger lie was the one we told ourselves, that somehow we couldn't resist the tobacco companies. How are we to know it was bad for us? The cough? So... You know, that was the beginning of the moral rot, which now, to my view, has culminated in the gastric bypass operation. You know this, where people have their stomach stapled and then they take a big victory lap. Hey, you lost 150 pounds. How'd you do it? How'd he do it? They took out the organ that digests the food. What do you mean, how did he do it? And you stuck with it, huh? This is like crazy gluing your nostrils shut to quit cocaine. And then getting a big pat on the back about it. You know, we last year passed in our Congress this giant Medicare entitlement prescription drug bill because it's important to keep our seniors high. And it's going to cost literally trillions and trillions of dollars. And while they were debating this, nobody ever stood up and said, "Excuse me, why are we so sick? Why do even older people need this amount of drugs? Could it be because we eat like Caligula? You know, the top 5 of those prescription drugs that are so popular, they're all antacids, anti-bloating medicines, digestive aids, all things to put out the fire in our stomach from the poison that we call lunch. Folks, it's the food. I know people hate to hear that, but you know, when you look at those ads on the evening news at night, people farting and burping and bloating, it's all just shit trying to get out of you. Take a hint. It's the most That evening news is the most depressing show on television. Not because of the news, it's those ads. Every ad is people I can't chew, I can't digest, I can't go to the bathroom, I can't stop going to the bathroom, I'm flatulent, I'm incontinent, I'm constipated, I can't get a hard on, I'm depressed. Oh Christ, you're depressed. I want to blow my brains out every night at 7 o'clock. This disgusting litany of ugh. What if it kicks in on the bus? I don't want to think about it kicking in on the bus. Oh God. And those Cialis commercials have got to go. You know, Jesus. Will you be ready? Oh, fuck you. Like American men don't have enough to stress about. Will you be ready? What time did I take the boner pill? Jesus. Was it the 4-hour one or the all-day one or the 6-hour? What fucking... There's one Cialis ad with a guy... He comes into this party. He's got a glow about him, you know. He's just been to the doctor. You know. He hasn't even gotten laid yet. He just got the shit in his pocket, you know, and he comes into the party and all the heads turn, like in the 80s when the guy with the cocaine would show up. But honestly, look at the burping and the farting and the bloating. It's the food. You're not going to die from secondhand smoke or SARS or monkeypox. It's the food. The call is coming from inside the house. I'm telling you. The killer is not West Nile or avian flu or shark attacks. It's the buffalo wings. It's the aspartame and the NutraSweet and the red dye #2 and the high fructose corn syrup and the MSG and the chlorine and whatever shit is in special sauce. It's the steroids, hormones, and antibiotics that are in the beef. I wouldn't touch a hot dog unless you put a condom on it. You realize that the job of a hot dog is to use parts of the animal that the Chinese can't figure out how to make into a belt? That... You know, we feed cows too sick to stand to people too fat to walk. And then we wonder why these diseases spring up, mad cow and AIDS and Ebola. You know, nature, it doesn't ask a lot. It really doesn't. Don't ground up the cattle and feed them back to each other. And don't fuck the monkeys, you know, not big requests. And don't be gluttons. Gluttons. I read that in 1950, the average American ate 6 pounds of cheese a year. Now it's 30. In 1900, the average woman's shoe size was 4. In 1980, it was 7. Now it's 9. We are evolving into a completely new species with giant webbed feet to support our massive girth. Seating has had to be expanded everywhere in America in the last 10 years, on buses and planes and stadiums, airport, everywhere. If you invested in any sort of ass-widening technology in the 90s, you did very well. Hospital beds had to be made, but gurneys, wheelchairs, caskets were not ample enough, so the graveyards had to make the plots bigger. We don't even fit into the ground. That's bad. And then what do they ban? Ephedra, which I'm sure is not good for you, but it is something that helps you lose weight. It just amused me that that's what they ban. It always amuses me when the government protects me by banning something, because you know what, the government, they really have my best interest at heart, especially when it comes to food and drugs. That's not about campaign contributions and money. No. Like with Canadian drugs, they're protecting us. You know, a lot of Americans would like to get prescription Canadian drugs because they're cheaper, but the government says, no, you can't. We don't know if they're safe. It's from Canada. Ah! Yeah, right. I mean, I usually get dysentery when I go up there. It's a lot like Haiti. Yeah, I mean, the thought of these filthy native tribesmen in Toronto brewing up batches of Zoloft in their unclean cast iron pots. Thank you, government, for protecting me. But ephedra, that one surprised me. They must have missed a payment. Because ephedra is speed, and speed is America's drug. If that's your drug, you're so hooked up in America. No matter what form you take it in, Red Bull or Jolt or Vivarin or Starbucks, if that is your drug, you are so set. It's every 10 feet, it's 24/7. McDonald's has it, the 7-Eleven has it, Barnes & Noble's has it, the gas station has it, the president has it before his morning jog. If that's your drug, you're set, because speed is good for the prime directive, greed. Pot? No. Pot makes you eat macaroni out of a big green bowl. That's not good for the prime directive. But speed is good for greed. Get the workers back to work. Get the coffee in them. Get the hamsters back on the wheel. I mean, America loves speed so much that we have deified NASCAR driving. You know, Dale Earnhardt died, and Congress voted him a medal as a national hero. And I was like, where's my medal for all the times I risked my life for a cheap thrill? Not that I'm against NASCAR, I'm not, please. I'm a libertarian. Fellas, have at it. I hope every redneck in the world gets into an orange jumpsuit and has around the track. Enjoy. But could you spare me the bullshit that goes along with this sport? This crap about how we want to make it safer? No, you don't. If you made it safer, we would just be watching traffic. Which is kind of what they're doing anyway. And then the way they're always shocked when one of the drivers dies, you know. Ah, my God, 1 minute he was flying around an oil slick track at 200 miles an hour, bobbing and weaving among other cars, and then just gone. Just, yeah. I tell you, fate, huh? Boy, when the big guy wants to get you, he'll find you wherever you are. Oh.